Hello and welcome back, friends. If you're new around here, I'm Big Gata. If you came looking for the sharpest tennis bets, you're right where you belong. Right now, we're covering ATP Toronto. We just finished in DC. We'll cover that in a second. But please pop into the comments and let me know what you guys got going on for round one. And keep an eye out for the pin comment. See what I'll be playing as well. All right? If you do like these breakdowns of these matches, please give this video a like. And if you'd like to get these slips as soon as they get uploaded, you can literally just go to the video, get the slip, leave if you like, subscribe to the channel. And if you would like to just donate for any wins that you have been getting recently, we've been winning a bunch, there's a link in the pinned comment. Now, that out of the way, what are we looking like? What are we looking like? What are we looking like? Anyway, I had a great day, man. I had a great day. I cannot. Me and my boy, we went down to the final. It was a sick day. We missed the women's final because Fernandez smoked the other girl. I don't even know her name. Sorry. But yeah, shout out Layla Fernandez. I said hi to her. She said thanks on her way out. We went to the Demonar match. And man, was that a match. I'm so glad I spent money on going to a final and seeing that with my own eyes. That was crazy. I enjoyed myself all too much. I told you guys I sprinkled a little bit on a future for Fakina. I was rooting for him because he was the underdog, honestly, but I didn't care who won. I was there enjoying the fuck out of that match. That was so good. Only thing about it is, damn. Talk about a choke. Up 4-1 in the third. 30 love. And you lose the match. And a tie break? I can't even believe it. Congratulations to Alex Demonar. That was incredible. That was incredible. I can't say shit. That was amazing. Yeah. Had a ball going to Ubadala. So, I'll be back next year for sure. And we'll be getting right on into Toronto. And with Toronto, what do we have? We took Kecmanovic and we took Riley Opelka. Whew. Lovely. Got it done for us late night, but it's here. Anyway, we can move on to Toronto round one, the continuation of these matches. We're going to start off properly, and we're going to be not talking about the futures just yet. We're going to let time go down, but you know how first round is, right? First round is always a bit volatile. We got lucky today getting some stuff. Kecmanovic almost gave it up, but I believed, and he got it done for us. But there's quite a few more matches that we can go through today, but we got to be sharp about what we go with. All right, so let's get into it. First things first, we got McDonald going against David Goffin. And their head-to-head is 1-1 so far. Always been on the hard courts in America, but not in Toronto. Mac had won in their last head-to-head, which was 4 years ago, so not really anything relevant. Goffin won 12 years prior to now, in 2013, 6-1, 6-1. So both of them haven't been playing the best. Who's been playing better? I'd say McDonald got 7 games off of Shelton. Goffin got 9 games off of Boo. That's one of those matches I'm like, stay away from. But if you went to the numbers, I'll give you the numbies. Mac is 11-7 so far this season. Goffin is 5-8. I'm sure the odds are going to be pointing more in the direction of McDonald here. Only ever so slightly, minus 198. So, I would assume he gets it done. I'm not too sure. Can't be too sure with the way these matches have been going today, right? Kecmanovic won, but by the skin of his teeth. I thought Fokina was going to win it. He came back and didn't come back. So anything is possible. Until the match clock runs out, can't say shit about what's going on, really. That's how it's looking this week. So just keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes peeled, friends. All right, next we have Vukic going against Ichikete Boo. Now, I don't know how long Kopshiva's been in America, North America, let's say. But he just came from second round in the Umag back on the 23rd. He just played a match 4 days ago, so jet lag is a thing. Oh, man. Boo's going to demolish this guy. I've been iffy on Boo, but I think he's been playing a bit better. Only thing is, Kopshiva is 10-5 on the hard courts this season. That's a better record than Boo. Their records are almost reversed. Kopshiva is 29-16. Boo is 13-22 this season. Boo had a crazy hard court season last year. He was 40-14. Season before that, he was 27-15. The season before that, he was 85-24. Golden era of Boo. That was when he was Super Boo, huh? You guys understand that reference? Anyway, it looks like Kopshiva might be able to actually have a bit of an edge here. Let me see what the odds looking like. Boo's the favorite, minus 225. They're only 4 ranks apart. And as far as prize money goes, they're 5 years apart. Boo's only 100K off of how much money he's won versus Kopshiva. That only means a little bit to me. I'm just saying that to say, like, the rank, he's coming up on how much money this dude has made in prize money, and he's 5 years younger. I would lean towards him, but Kopshiva, this is his first match on the hard courts, so at the very least, I would take Boo for the set. I wouldn't say he wins the match, but I'm just going off of the way things be sometimes. And also, we don't like to touch people that haven't really put their feet down on the hard courts or on any surface yet. So I like Boo getting a set at the very least, but I'll probably leave that match alone as well. Next, we have Chris O'Connell going against Tseng. Tseng. And their head-to-head is actually 2-1 going in Tseng's direction. They played earlier this year in Munich. He won in straight sets against O'Connell, 6-3, 6-2 on the clay. And then 3 years ago, there was a retirement from O'Connell after the first set in Seoul in the hard courts. But he lost the first set 6-4 to Tseng. So I like to stay away from this one as well. Tseng was playing well, but then kind of started to take a bit of a dip. And he's been dipping pretty hard since that challenger he played last month. So I would leave it alone. He's been bouncing all over surfaces too. Went to the grass, didn't do too well. Went to the clay, didn't do too well. Now he's coming back on the hard and lost in his first qualies match. So I would leave this match alone. Both of these guys aren't playing too hot. I don't think it's worth it. Next we have Ethan Quinn going against, Nishioka? Or Nishioka. Yes. This will be their first head-to-head. Quinn's been playing well, huh? 17-8 on the hard court so far this season from our young American. The Japanese 29-year-old is 6-6 so far this season. They have about a 2% difference in their hard court percentage win rate. Nishioka being the one with the higher one at 61%. He is 8 years older, so he's made it all the way to rank 24 back 2 years ago. He's taken a dip since then, made it down to 89. Where Ethan Quinn is just 86. Jumped up to 82 earlier this year, a few weeks ago, and now he's made it back down, but we can assume he makes a big leap back up here after this tournament. I think he gets this done here. I like the young Ethan Quinn getting it done here. It's even money. It'd be a good battle to watch. As far as who's been getting more experience on the hard courts, we've only had 2 matches. Ethan Quinn's gone against 2 Americans. Nishioka went against Carballes. Carballes was playing well. He beat Brooksby in the first round. Oh, I'm sorry, Nishioka beat Brooksby in the first round. That's threatening as fuck. Lost to Carballes, but I mean, Carballes just got demolished by Tiafo, man. That was so crazy. So I'd stay away from this shit too. I don't feel confident about any of that. Next we have Matteo Bellucci going against Ugo Gaston. Ugo has beaten him once, and that is their only head-to-head, and that was 6 years ago. It was 6-3, 7-5 on the hard courts in an M15 tournament in Italy. Six years ago? What the fuck? They were 18. Alright, let's look at Bellucci and Gaston. Bellucci's been having a hard time on the hard courts this year. Jesus, he's 2-7. He hasn't been playing too well. Indoor hard courts, yeah, but it looks like the conditions of outside might be getting to him. I don't know. Maybe bad luck, bad draws. We'll look into it. Then we have Gaston, who's 8-7 on the hard courts this year, even though he's been dog water on the clay. Went to Miami, was able to beat Hadi Habib, and Nishioka retired to him, but he lost to Berrettini and Billy Harris. Lost to Fonseca, 6-4, 6-4, not bad. Beat out Opelka and Walton and Phoenix Challenger back in March. So, not bad. Not bad, Gaston. Looks like we haven't seen a good performance level from Bellucci since his Challenger level back in October. Made it to the final against Martin Landeluthe, and lost 6-4, 6-4. Ever since then, he's only won about 2 matches. And they were in qualification 1 rounds. So, this is mad volatile. I would stay away from it. Neither of these guys have played yet. They're both lefties. This is a problem. That'll be a fun match to watch. I don't know if it's worth putting money on, though. I'll be sitting there watching the hell out of it, rooting for Bellucci. I want Bellucci to win, but man, just because someone's not doing too hot on the clay don't mean that they're gonna be doing too that much, playing that worse on the hard courts as well. People literally just play differently on different surfaces. So Gaston's been playing better. He's plus 146. I'd be not surprised if he won. I'm rooting for Bellucci, but I think Gaston might have a bit of an edge. A slight bit of an edge. I don't know when the last time Bellucci even played. But Gaston is a bit more in form just because he's been playing matches. Bellucci hasn't played since Wimbledon. So maybe he might be super ready to go. Just getting some hardcore practice in, being up there in Toronto. He may have went up there early. You never know. Gaston is coming from Kitzbühel from 6 days ago. He's probably adjusted to the time at the very least. Maybe not fully ready to hop back and whoop some ass on the hard court. Maybe ready to compete. I would assume so. He has to tomorrow. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's keep pushing. We have some more. Quite some more. We'll find something. Next, we have Watanuki going against Altmaier. And they had a head-to-head 4 years ago in the Champagne Challenger in America on the indoor hard courts. Watanuki won 6-2, 6-1. So what? These guys are about a year apart, but 100 ranks apart. Altmaier being the one that's 56 and Watanuki being 159. Altmaier is 6-10 so far on the hard courts this season. Watanuki is 16-12. And looking at the people he's been playing, I couldn't tell you who they are, honestly. I can tell you who he beat Caruso. Okay, I know Cell. Shout out Caruso. Dalibor, Svechina, Jake Fellows. Yeah, I don't know these guys. But earlier this year, he did beat Bubik on the hard courts in Indian Wells. He beat Tiafo. Lost to Griekspoor in the 4th round. Altmaier. Has beaten Mitch Kruger, David Goffin, Dusan Lajovic, and Miomir Kecmanovic back in Acapulco in February. So those are the only wins he has. He's lost to everybody else. Mahaj Garin, Kovacevic, Coleman Wong, Schoolkate, Onaldi. He's lost to everybody. I like Watanuki here. This is a good spot for him. I think this is a good spot for him. If I can find him on the board. Jeez. Maybe he's not up yet. We'll give them some more time. Next we have Alexander Vukic going against Pedro Martinez. And the favorite is Vukic at minus 320. Did get rid of Pericard back in DC. I was watching that match. Well, I went to go watch the match. I didn't stay for the ending of it. But the way it was going, you would have sworn Pericard had it, but no. He lost to Taylor Fritz pretty badly. 6-3, 6-2. Can't do much about that, though. Martinez hasn't even played on the hard courts yet. In their head-to-head history, Martinez has won both times. And once was earlier last year on the hard courts in Chengdu in China. Oof. Surely, if he can beat Pericard, he can beat Martinez right now, right? Martinez fresh on the hard court without a single match under his belt since like what? March. He's 2-6 so far this season. Vukic, he's got to get it done, right? Got to get it done. He's got to get it done. He's got to, man. All right, next we have, who's this? Dan Martin going against Jaume Munar. This will be their first head-to-head. Dan Martin is Canadian, ranked 554, going against Munar, who is ranked 50. Martin is 10-11. Munar is 6-5. Both of them have about a 51% win rate on the hard courts. The only difference is 504 ranks in the ATP. I don't see this matchup yet either. Let me check. Oh, actually, I do. Minus 5,000 for Munar. Parlay piece? Let's see. Hard court wins from this guy. He beat Taro Daniel in the qualies. But he's been in challenger level barely, losing in the qualification round of challengers. So, good luck to Dan Martin. Hopefully he doesn't get beaten too bad here. But Munar should win in straight sets if you want to take that. There might be points where you might think it might get a little iffy, but don't forget he's like a Alejandro Davidovich Fokina. He's like a gritty player, so he will climb back. He will do things like Munar has done today. Believe that. All right, next we have Marcus Giron going against Adrian Mannarino. Why do you think so out of order? Jesus. These guys have a pretty rich head-to-head history. All on the hard courts and some on the indoor, but no clay, no grass. 3-2. Giron in the lead, winning the last 3 matches between them. Playing twice last year, once in Delray Beach and then once in Dallas. Played each other in the semis in Dallas, and he beat him in straight sets, 6-1, 6-3, indoor hard courts. He bageled him in the first set in Delray Beach, went to a tiebreak, lost it, and then came back and beat him 6-1. Marcus Giron's going to dog walk this guy, I hope, but has he played on a hard court yet? He lost to Munar. I think that was just the heat. I don't think he was really like acclimated. The Mannarino beat, I don't know who this is. John Carlos Manuel Aguilar, who is ranked 411. Okay, yeah. Some kid that's been on a 4-match losing streak across challengers in Toronto or Canada. So, boom. Jerry Shang just lost to Duckworth, by the way. Giron. You're 10-7. You have a higher win percentage on the hard courts. You're 18-17 this season. Mannarino's 22-28, 3-10 on the hard courts. Giron should be the easy choice here. He's minus 245. Yeah, there we go. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it's gonna be a little bit of a sweat. First round. I don't know if he took his ass right to Toronto after he lost in DC. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he kept staying in that. I don't know. So, we'll see if I end up going with that one or not. Mannarino should be barbecue chicken, though. Next, we have Tristan Boyer going against Alexander Kovacevic. Now, this one's going to be good. These guys have yet to play each other. Two American boys playing in Canada. But boy, do they have a good game. Boyer's 9-6 on the hard courts this season. He hasn't been playing too well on everything else, mainly the clay. He tried to give the clay a try. He wasn't doing too well. Kovacevic is 12-7, 29-21 this season. So he's definitely going to be the favorite here. I'll be rooting for Kovacevic. I love Kovacevic. He's minus 340, but don't be surprised if Boyer covers the spread. What's the spread at? There's no spread for it. What type of shit is this? Give me a second, guys. Sorry. Alrighty, then. ATP Toronto. Spreads at 4.5, 3.5? Plus money? Hey, yo. Plus 4.5. Tristan Boyer on the game spread. It's minus 160 on DraftKings. I fuck with it. That's something to think about there. I ain't gonna lie. We'll move on though. Oh my goodness, what the fuck? All right, we got Francisco Comesana going against Damir Dzumhur. These guys were literally just both in two different clay tournaments. We had Dzumhur, who was in Bostad and Umag, and then we had Comesana, who was in Gustad and Kitzbühel. He either lost to Bublik or he lost to Kazal, and this dude either lost to, he lost to Sorundalo or Topiner. Okay, well, he never saw Dartery, not once. Funny as shit. Well, neither of these guys have been on the hard courts yet in quite some time, so big caution signs. Comesana has only played 7 matches on the hard courts this season. He was 3-4 out of that. He doesn't play too well on the hard courts. Dzumhur isn't that much better. He is playing better this season at 8-5. He's been having a pretty decent season. Him being 33, him still competing at a pretty high level. I mean, ranked 61. Comesana is ranked 73. You know, they're 9 years apart. I would like to think Dzumhur gets a set here. That's what I would like to think. It's minus 200 for him to get a set. Leaning more on him right now just because of how Comesana hasn't been playing bad. I just think that he's been running into the hard people. He went against Kazo, who went to the final against Bublik, who beat him in the last tournament. So he ran into the best people in the tournament. Sucks. I don't think he was playing bad, but he only played in Miami. He made it to the first round and lost in straight sets against Federico China. So, and then he couldn't even really get past the first round in Auckland either. Lost to Bossa Veretti 6-2, 6-2. Zizou Bergs beat him in 3 sets. Yeah. Lost to Altmaier in Melbourne in 5 sets, though. So, he turned up, I guess, a bit, but he didn't win. So, giving up sets is something I think he'll be able to do here, Comesana. So, I think Dzumhur can get us a good set. He's been pretty reliable this season. Now, the money match of the day. I'm sure the biggest watched match, most watched match of tomorrow. will definitely be João Fonseca popping back onto the hard courts, going against Tristan Schoolkate, which will be a bit of a tussle, I am afraid. Schoolkate is plus 260 to win the match. Fonseca's minus 340. Schoolkate is 28-16. He made it to the quarterfinals in Los Cabos. Second round in Miami earlier this year. João Fonseca, though. The kid's fucking good. The kid has 8 losses on the hard courts since 2023. He went 8-3 last year. He went 10-2 the year before that. He's 17-3 this year. He has 8 losses and 35 wins. You want me to say he lost to Munar. He took a set off Munar. Smoked Altmaier. Beat Tseng in Miami in the first round. Heartbreaking. Beat Bublik in the Phoenix Challenger final in 2 tie breaks. Didn't even know that happened back in March. Yeah. Schoolkate. You bageled Govid Nanda. Nice. But you got beaten in straight sets to El Chapo. I think Zhao does this to you as well. Him winning in straight sets, I don't even think is plus money. Minus 120. God damn, boy. We carry on. We only have a few more matches left. Thank you guys for holding on tight. We'll be right through this. Next we have Roberto Carballes Baena going against Camilo Ugo Carabelli. They played each other once before. Not really, though. It was a retirement in 2017 from RCB or from Carabelli. Oh, excuse me. So RCB is 12-16 this season. He's 5-6 on the hard courts. Ugo Carabelli is 30-20 this season, but he's only 3-3 on the hard courts. So records about the same. Neither of these guys have hopped on to the hard courts yet. They both were playing back in Umag, back in Croatia. So to come over here might take a little bit of time to get used to. Just 2 days ago, Carabelli lost. So maybe just got in yesterday. RCB may have been here a few days now. It's a long way to come to lose in the first round. Who do you think is going to be more willing to do it? Hard to say. I say Carabelli just because he has a higher win percentage on the hard courts. RCB has around a 40% win rate on the hard courts. Ugo has a 53% chance. I'd take the 53 over 40 any day. So, just going off that number by itself isn't going to be enough. They think it's even money. I think that's actually a steal. If they think this dude's winning even, I would play that just because of the value of him winning at that. Like I thought he'd be a super favorite or something. But they think it's going to be even like this. I get it. But minus 114 is like, it's bait. Don't fall for it. Next, we have Coric going against Matteo Gigante. Believe he's a lefty. Believe Gigante is a lefty. This will be their first head-to-head. Coric is 1-2 on the hard courts this season. He went 8-13 last season, not playing well at all. Seemingly been focused on the indoor hard courts. He went 10-2 and 11-6 over the past 2 years. Way better win rate there. Seemingly does better inside than outside. Then we have Gigante, who's a 70% winner on the hard courts. He's 7-4 this season so far. He's 25-17. But everything has been at a most likely challenger. No. He retired from his last challenger back in March. Maybe an injury, but he made it to the second round at Indian Wells and almost got to a tie break with the great Taylor Fritz. So he didn't beat sound hardcourt players, but he did make it all the way up to that point. Mitchell Kruger, Botig, Xander Sebastian Baez, like good guys, but not great on the hard courts. That's really it. Yeah. Rooting for him to get it done just because the other guy he's playing against has only won one match on the hard court this season. Outside at least. So bit volatile just because he's been 10-2 on the indoor courts. So he did win like 2 challengers back to back this year. Footage. So that is in the indoor courts. So there's a bit of a difference there. There's humidity they have to deal with, all types of shit. I'll have to look and see how well he does with like dealing with humidity and stuff like that. Look at some past matches and see what I can pick up on. All right, we got 3 more left. We have Fabian Marozsan going against Ugo Dellien. No head-to-head history between them. They're 50 ranks apart. 40. Dellien being 94. Marozsan being 54. 94-54. 7-7 on the hard courts for Marozsan. 2-1 for Dellien. 27-18 this season for Dellien. 20-18 for Marozsan. So 7 more wins for Dellien. Mostly all on the clay, but didn't really get a great display from Fabian Marozsan. He did pretty decently against Ben Bonzi in his first match back on the hard courts. But then he went against Diallo, it was his first match on the hard courts, and he destroyed him in straight sets. So maybe he has a higher edge going against Dellien. Surely he does. He should be the favorite, no doubt. Minus 950. Not much to say there. Then we got Liam Draxl going against Pablo Carreno Busta. PCB. This will be their first head-to-head. I know this guy's been going through injuries and shit. I think he might be. Is he in better shape? Yeah, he's. Hasn't retired from a match. Yeah, I would take that as he's been doing all right. Only thing is, we haven't seen PCB on the hard courts in some time, even though he's 15-5 this season. 15-5. He won 2 Opens in Spain back to back. Tenerife, 1-2. Back to back. And he only dropped 1 set in that time. Beat Misalic, Shelby. Only other name I could recognize. Beat Galarnu, Zach Svida, and Indian Wells. Lost to Canton Alice, though. Which is fair, because he definitely was giving Kecmanovic a run for his money today. Draxl was 16-6 on the hard courts, going against PCB, who is 14-5. He's been playing more recently, though. The reps are in. He just got from the Granby Challenger, lost in the final. He's going to be hungry. Liam Draxl, what is your money line at? This may be the one. Yes! Minus 178, friends. I think this is the one. Look at this. Look at the reps this kid's been getting in. He's 41-18. And he's playing on home soil. Stop fucking playing. He's lost 2 matches since the 30th of June. Damn. 5, 10, 15. Yeah. He's won 13. He's 13-2 since June. 13-2 alone since June. So I like him winning. Call me crazy because he's doing it at a challenger level. Call me crazy. He is the favorite though. And he's going against somebody who hasn't played on the hard courts in a minute. So, how much time it takes him to get his bearings, we'll see. I think Liam Draxl might be the guy here, though. I think he may be the guy here. And last, but also not least, is Arthur Rinderknech going against Alexis Galarneau. And I'm going to say those names right in the next video, I promise. I know Rinderknech, but the other guy. We'll get it right. Damn, Rinderknech is getting smoked on the hard courts. He's 1-8. The fuck is going on with him? Galarneau is 20-14. He's Canadian as well. He'll be playing in Canada. He is ranked almost 200. So this would be, I don't know if it'd be his first, maybe be his first ATP win. This may be, let me see. No, he played in Montreal. That was qualies. Yeah, this may be his first one. This may be his first one. Do we think he gets it done here? Against Rinderknech? Who hasn't stepped on a hard court yet? Since March? This kid's been playing. He lost in the quarterfinals twice in challengers. But he's playing though. He lost to Pat Gibson in the challenger as well. It's first round. Not gonna go crazy here. So I would think Rinderknech is just rank wise just too high up for him to like actually lose this, but he's only minus 200 to win. That tells me to leave this alone. Yeah. There's not a single bet here that I would care to take. Galarnu for a set, I wouldn't take it. Rinderknech for a set, I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't. I don't. I just can't see it. I can't foresee the right thing with this one. I'm gonna leave that one alone. We got a decent amount of stuff that we found in here though, so I'll poke around and I'll let you guys know what we're playing in the pinned comment, as I say in every video. I want to thank you guys again for rocking with me. We are, if you've been new to the channel or just starting to get hip to it, we are up this month. Like, we be staying up, but like I'm like documentedly we're up. Like if you, I don't know, you use things to track your bets, we're up. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and we'll get more into it again. Take care.